Have you watched Stranger Things Season 4 yet? Well, a whole lot of other people have. And it's looking like Stranger Things Season 4 is Netflix's biggest premiere ever. Which is very surprising considering over the last couple months, Netflix has taken a big hit through subscriber loss and stock price. But yeah, it's looking like it's happening again. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme of the guy flipping a coin saying Netflix making the best or worst show possible, but it looks like they flipped the coin on the head and made one of the best seasons of Stranger Things possible. The public perception of this season is phenomenal. I'm taking a look at my analytics, and only like 2% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. And it's obviously a big enough cultural phenomenon that it's Netflix's biggest premiere. So Stranger Things Season 4 released on May 27th of this year, and over that course of the time, the stock price for Netflix literally went up almost 12%. Now, I'm sure there's a correlation. I mean, I think this series being the biggest premiere in Netflix history is just another example of Netflix is on top. I mean, yes, there's a lot of competitors to Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all those other big names, but they had, I think the closest in subscribers is Amazon Prime with like 100 million, and Netflix is still doing 200 million subscribers. They're still on top of the game, more than double as far as I can tell. So yeah, Stranger Things Season 4 was watched for 286 million hours in its debut weekend, Netflix said. It's its biggest premiere for Netflix ever. The new season also lifted viewership for previous seasons last week, which is surprising. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think the first season of Stranger Things was phenomenal. And then the second season, I hate to say it, I know there was good parts about it, but I don't remember it at all. It was very forgettable. And then I very much like Season 3, but it sounds like Season 4 might be one of the top ones, which is honestly what Netflix needed. This was a big thing for Netflix. It recently came out that Netflix spent almost $30 million per episode of Stranger Things, which is it's a boatload of money. And of course that went into the story and everything, but also because of COVID restrictions, everything was harder to get and more expensive. But I think it was well worth it. It's their biggest premiere ever. This is a good investment for them, and it was well worth it. It was its biggest English language Netflix series and topped Bridgerton Season 2, which only got 193 million hours watched, and Money Heist Season 5, which got 202 million hours watched. So yeah, it got almost 30% more attention than Netflix's other two big series, which honestly to me just proves that Netflix is still on top. And I know a lot of people were worried because people have problems with Netflix, and I think some of them are silly, but a lot of them are justified. I mean, I remember it recently came out that they said they weren't going to make any more movies like The Irishman, which is one of Netflix's most critically acclaimed movies, and it did well for everyone. And it's a fun movie with Robert De Niro, but it cost them a lot of money, and it was like 3 hours, so they said they weren't going to make any more movies like that. But then they still make movies like Tall Girl, like Kissing Booth. Like, who are watching these things? Like, I watched through The Irishman, and I thought it was okay. I liked it. I don't think it justified being 3 hours long, but it was a good enough movie, and I think that's what Netflix should probably focus on, because these easy to consume movies like Tall Girl and Kissing Booth just aren't working. I recently watched one of their new movies, Red Notice, which had some of the biggest movie stars of all time: Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, all these people that are known for major things. They're some of the biggest actors to date, and the movie was shit. I mean, it was completely forgettable and generic, and they focused way too much on having these good actors instead of a good story. And as long as Netflix focuses on easy to consume content instead of critically acclaimed things like Irishman, which has a fan base. People will remember it for years and remember that the only reason it was made is because Netflix invested into it. I think that's what they should focus on. And there's other shows that are doing well for Netflix, like Ozark Season 4 got 22 million hours watched, and Stranger Things Season 2 only had 22 million hours watched. So put that into comparison. Stranger Things Season 2 got 22 million hours watched in its debut weekend, whereas in Stranger Things Season 4 had 280 million hours watched. That's crazy when you really think about it. Like, holy crap, that's quite an upgrade. And I think it's well worth it. I haven't watched Stranger Things Season 4. Don't crucify me in the comments or anything, but the only reason I'm waiting is not because I don't want to watch it. I really want to watch it, but I want to rewatch through all the seasons. And that's another thing. It's a very bingeable series, and that's how Netflix can keep people on their platform for longer and longer. Because I want to watch all the things first. And then Stranger Things Season 3 received 25 million hours, which was a bump from Season 2, but it's like nothing close to it's nothing close to Season 4. It's like Season 4 blew away every other debut weekend for other Stranger Things seasons, and critics said about Season 3, even while some of the bits were too predictable, the last two episodes tie everything together. And so the Rotten Tomatoes critic score is good for Season 3 and Season 4. It was 94% for Season 2 and 89% for Season 3. I think it'll be much higher for Season 3. And this is great news for Netflix. People were worried because they were losing subscribers, even though I think that was probably because they canceled their services in Russia because, the ongoing Ukraine conflict. And of course they're going to lose, subscribers when they get rid of the service from, the entire Russian country. So I think it's just more good news for Netflix, and I'm happy to see it. Obviously, I'm a little worried what their next big thing is going to be after Stranger Things. I really like Squid Games, but honestly, I'm not sure that show even deserved a second season. I would have been satisfied with one season. I hope we get another Stranger Things, kind of season from Netflix. Obviously, they're making two more episodes for this season, and then maybe like a final season. I don't exactly remember, but after the next year or so, Stranger Things, Netflix's biggest series, is going to be done, and they're going to need to replace it with something. Let's just hope they flip the coin again and it's on something good. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.